Hi there. So I want to talk about what I just read today. It was about nature versus nurture, and it was talking about how humans become like our biological parents or like our older family members as we get older. You know that saying or like that I don't know if it was it like a Geico commercial? No, it wasn't a Geico commercial. Like some other commercial where it was showing us that like we become our parents slowly as we get older. Hoping I'm hoping that you find that like as a compliment that wow, I'm becoming like my mom or my dad as I'm getting older. But if you are honest, I'm sure there's a lot of positive qualities that our parents and our families that have been passed on to us. For me, number one is faith. I have developed faith and my knowledge of God through my family and how they raised me in that aspect. But there's also some qualities and characteristics that are not also positive. But we cannot blame our parents for their imperfections because we ourselves are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. So their flaws is may not be their fault. It's how they act, how they move, and how they raise kids was probably how they learned it from watching their own parents raise them and how they lived their life. And their grandparents are acting and raising their families and living their lives based on what they've seen and learned from watching generations before them. So all these traits just gets passed on and passed on and passed on, and it is slowly getting passed on to us. So wholeheartedly we embrace all the good qualities that makes us unique and makes us who we are and makes us part of the pact. But there are also qualities that we can change. And also this there's a segue to this, and that is more on forgiveness. During holiday gatherings where all our families are coming together, families are good. I feel like it's number one. They are our backbone, they are our source of support. And when all else fails, we have our families, we have friends. And friends, like families, they do move away, but our families are always going to be there no matter where they go. And it's good to cultivate good relationships with our families, and we need them and they need us. But there's family disagreements. They may not say yes to you all the time, or you may not agree with a lot of things all the time, and it may be so difficult and so hard to forgive them at times. But we have to understand that their whole being, maybe because of that's how they were rounded, how they were raised and how they learned from the generations before them, and it's not entirely their fault. And now this generation where we are in a time and age where information and all this knowledge and all this science is made available to us, and we are open to transformation and personal development and changing under this understanding, this gives us room to really adapt the good qualities and enhance the qualities that makes us weak. And hopefully we're doing ourselves a favor, and we're also doing the next generation a favor by passing on good traits. Yes, this gives us room for forgiveness, for reflection of what is good traits that we need to adapt for ourselves, and which traits that we need to change and make better. But it's just crazy like how it is a comedy somehow that we become our parents as we get older. And we can see a lot of our friends, like, oh, if you look at their pictures, like, oh yes, I can see a resemblance, they're becoming their parents. And if you tell them they're becoming look or they're becoming or they start to look like their parents, is almost like an, I don't know, you know, like you want to be your own person and you have this idea of yourself. I love my family. Again, they gave me the faith that I need and the strength that I need and the success that I have now. And they also gave me the tools to recognize and be on this journey for self-improvement. So it all boils down to that, like having a supportive family. But what I'm trying to say is, like, we have to embrace the positive qualities, and the not so good qualities we can refine so we can pass it on to our next generation. Yes. So according to science and to studies, humans become very similar to their biological parents or to the closest family members. So understanding that, if your families are, are good in faith, then good. And if it's something that you want to change, it's the time is to start is now, to start cultivating positive attitudes and positive qualities that we can pass on to our next generation. Yes, I want to pass on, of course, fearing God, not really fearing God, but love of God and faith and knowing everything is from Him, and God is in control. And then we have to seek Him to really make our dreams and our passions come true. And, understanding that our moods and our attitudes and our feelings, we can control. Like how when some of our parents like wake up in a bad mood and the whole day just in a bad mood. But if you tell them you can control their feelings, they're just gonna get so angry. So it's more of that. Like, I want to instill that to my kids and to everyone around me, that yes, you can control your emotions. It is gonna be hard, but you have to bring your A game, and then you become it. Like we become what we focus on. So I just wanted to share that insightful nature versus nurture, that we people, humans, become our biological parents. We become like them, or we become our older generation family members in traits. So being aware of that, we can enhance the good qualities, and we can change the ones that we don't want to get passed on to the next generation. Yes, and God bless you and everyone. Life is fun. Life is good. Life is not fair sometimes, but as they say, life happens for us. So we just gotta take it in strides and enjoy each day. And if you have any insights, feel free to leave a comment below. Like and share this video, and God bless.